Now this is the neat part, because when I place the final block, you're going to see something happen to this reactor. Watch this. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of JJ Plays Modded Minecraft. I am your host, Jon-Michael Booth, aka JJ. Let's get right into it. Today, I want to show you guys some of the progress that I have made since yesterday's episode. I have just a few more sheep and hey, what are you doing over there? And a few more cows than I had before. It actually did not take a lot to do this. All you basically have to do, and I'll basically show you exactly what I did. I'm going to turn into a bat just to make it easier. Fly over. I'm going to steal some wheat. And let's leave that there. I showed this to you guys already, but I mean, all you're basically doing is you're clicking on these guys. Oh, I guess I did it too recently. There we go. So, oh, somebody died. Hey, a sheep. So all you're doing is right-clicking on these guys and letting them do their thing, and they produce little babies, and everybody's happy. What? How did you get up there? Get over here. Come here. Oh, and there's one in there now. Alright, too loud. Too loud. I also did something else. I went on a massive mining spree because I needed a whole bunch of materials for a project that I wanted to work on. So I mentioned before that I dug these stairs all the way down. If you take a look at the little mini map, you'll see that I'm on Y level 10 right here. Y level 10 is, I believe, the minimum level that diamonds will spawn, which is why I went down to this level. Some spots I dug down a little bit lower, like to level 0 or thereabouts, just because I was vein mining and I happened to get to bedrock. But what I was down here looking for, well, first of all, coal. I needed a whole bunch of coal because of the project I'm working on, which I mentioned last time, because I needed power, and power I was getting from coal. But I have another use for coal now. I also needed a whole bunch of iron, and so I got that. Made a bit of a modification over here. Whoa, I was stuck on the wall for a second. I added a few more furnaces just to cook multiple materials at a time. I got a lot of coal now. Check this out, guys. My furnace is full of coal, or my chest is got a bunch of coal in it, so I'm pretty happy there. I don't have anything smelting there, but I do have a few things smelting here. I found some of this yellorite ore, and I'm smelting it down into yellorium ingots, and that is basically the start of what I'm going to be creating today. I put a whole bunch of resources into this chest so that we could start building something super cool. So, if you have not guessed what I'm building, because you are unfamiliar with all of the mods that use these things, I am going to be building a reactor. And that starts with me building some reactor casings. I guess I put this crafting table down here so that I could just do this really quick. I need a whole bunch of casings. I need somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 casings. So luckily I've got enough materials to do all that. So I'm just going to click this until I have 40. There we go. Then let's clear these. Oh wow, that's going to get real annoying real fast, isn't it? Options, sounds, creatures, friendly creatures. There you go. Oh, a lot better. That's a lot better. So I've got my reactor casings in here. Now I need to start doing something with my reactor casings. So actually, give me some of those. I don't need to place them all down, but I'm going to start placing casings down somewhere around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, not there. Not there. There. There's 9 casings. This little doodad that I'm building is going to go right up to the roof. So I probably, actually now that I think about it, I should have built it one level down. So maybe I will do that. Because you can put this thing in the floor, and that's actually probably better. There we go. So now I've got space for it. Hadn't really thought ahead. So there you go, 9 reactor casings. I'm going to put 4 more on the corners there. Eventually I'll need to fill up the top as well, but not at the moment. Okay, so I just thought of something. This thing probably should have been away from the wall because there's going to be a port on the back that I'm going to need access to. But you know what? No big deal. I'll just punch a hole through the back wall because I can. So the next thing I need to do, I'll put my casings back in here. Let's pop some of this stuff back in here in case I need it. For crafting, I need a reactor controller. That's this guy right here. So it's made with 4 reactor casings, 2 yellorium ingots, a diamond, and a redstone, all of which I have. So let's grab one of those. The reactor controller allows me to basically monitor what my reactor is doing at any given time. The next thing I need is a couple access ports. So they're made again with 4 of these casings, a chest, and a piston. I need 2 of those, so that's exactly what I'm going to get. I'm going to put one on this side and one on... Actually, that's what I can put back here because I don't really need to access it in any way. If I right click it though, I can change this one to output mode. So there you go. So I've got input over here, output back here. That's just going to collect the waste product that comes out of my reactor. For now, I'm not really going to worry about it too much. But yeah. Next, what do we need next? Next, we need a power tap, reactor power tap. So this is where we're going to get the power out of our reactor, and it's made pretty simply with 4 casings and 4 redstone. One of those. The power tap I can just put right there. In the middle of all that, I'm going to need this thing called a yellorium fuel rod, and it's made with iron, this stuff called graphite, and more yellorium. Graphite is actually pretty easy to make. All you have to do, I'll just come over here for a second and grab some coal. All you have to do in your furnace is instead of putting coal here, you put it here. And when coal gets cooked down, it cooks into, well, I kind of already told you what it cooks down to. It cooks down into graphite. And that went all the way down in here. And there it is right there. So, graphite. So what was I making? Oh, I was making the this yellorium fuel rod. So let's get that back over here, and let's put that there. Click that, and bang. So I only need 1 of those. You can make these reactors actually really, really big, but at the moment I only need a small one. So I'm going to put the yellorium fuel rod in the middle. On top of the yellorium fuel rod, I need to put a control rod, and that's made like this. So a couple more pieces of graphite, some more casings, some more redstone, some more yellorium. That gets me a fuel control rod. And then I just need more casings. So let's get our casings out. And hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did my math wrong somehow. I need 1 more casing. So luckily I have enough to make more casings. You have to make these in groups of 4, which is kind of a shame because it wastes a bunch of materials to do that, but that's okay. Now this is the neat part, because when I place the final block, you're going to see something happen to this reactor. Watch this. So it became a multi-block structure. If I right-click on it, it's got a new control panel that shows me temperature. It shows me how much RF per tick it's creating. Remember we talked about RF per tick, I think it was a couple or few episodes ago. Some burn rate and your reactivity, which is basically kind of an efficiency type rating, and whether or not the reactor is online. Right now it's offline, which is fine because I don't have any fuel in it. In order to load fuel, I need to come to the input side. Where are we here? Right over here. And oops, I guess I need to get the fuel. So it uses yellorium as a fuel, so I'm just going to click that stuff in there. And as soon as I do, I had 36, it dropped it down to 32 because that fuel is now inside the fuel rod. You can't see it because it's hidden in all these casings, but if I right click on the controller, you can see it's now full to the brim with fuel. And if I turn the reactor on, here we go. So the temperature's going up, the casing is heating up, the core heat is going up, and you can see it is starting to buffer energy. This thing is capable of buffering, I believe, 10 million RF, which is fantastic. So I'm not going to need the reactor on very much. I'm just going to deactivate it for now, actually. The nice thing is, as it's powering down, it's still actually generating a little bit of power until it goes completely off, and now it's just holding that power. It's only 1.4% full of power, but that's still got 137,000 RF, which is fantastic. The next thing I need to do is connect it to my main line here. So in order to do that, I need to take power out of this power tap. I thought I would take this opportunity to make some new cable or new conduit. So actually I have a little bit of coal in my inventory, I believe, right? So yeah, I have 3 pieces of coal. So start to generate heat, start to generate RF. Come on, any second now. Oh, I guess my sag mill's still going. It's still chewing through nether quartz, which is fine. But my alloy smelter is what I actually want to use. And I want to smelt this stuff together. So if I take redstone, gold, and glowstone and put them all together here, it's going to start burning through this stuff, and hopefully I will get the product that I'm after. I think I'm going to take this nether quartz out of here because I don't want it to use up all the power in my machine or in my system. So this stuff, yeah, it's cooking. Unfortunately, it cooks pretty slow. But this is the stuff that I'm after right here, energetic alloy. If you guys recall, when I started talking about wires and hookup, when we started building these machines, I talked about the energy conduit that we were building and said at some point I would upgrade to enhanced energy conduit. So enhanced energy conduit is what uses this energetic alloy as well as the conduit binder, which we made before. And if I have 3 pieces of this stuff, I can get 8 of these enhanced energy conduit, but I put 6 in so that I would get 6 of these. That way I can make 16 enhanced energy conduit. So we'll give that a minute to actually cook down, and then we'll make our enhanced energy conduit. In the meantime, I wanted to show this to you really quick too. Each one of these machines, these growth accelerators that we used before, they take up quite a bit of power, even when there's nothing in the pool being grown. So I broke the cable connection to it. So I'm going to have to come up with some method in the future of actually connecting and disconnecting this as I need it. But for now, I just broke the cable. I think there's another tool that I can make to help me with that, and I think it's a Crescent Hammer. Yeah, how do I make this Crescent Hammer? So iron, tin, and iron, or I could probably just make a wrench, but you know what, I think I have the materials for this. So there it is, Crescent Hammer. So if I use this Crescent Hammer, I can actually come over to these items here, shift right click them, and then they just pop off. So there we go. So now I no longer have to worry about this conduit connecting. I don't know if this works on these conduits or not. Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, perfect. So I can do that. My ME controller is actually, it looks like it's losing power right now. So it had some power stored in it, which means that I'm out of power over here. Oh, that's not good. Did I manage to get through my ally? Oh, yeah, by the way, don't right-click on your machines because you'll turn them around. So let's just grab some of this. Oh, I got my energetic ally. Good. Let's come over here. Let's build our conduit again. This time we want this stuff. Right-click, and bang. There we go. So, now that I have my enhanced energy conduit, I should be able to plug that in over here. And that connects there, and doesn't that connect to that? Why doesn't that connect? Have I made some sort of horrible mistake? Oh no, these two conduits don't connect to each other? Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Alright, well, that's okay, because I can just remove this conduit. Remove, 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 remove. Remove, remove, remove. And eventually I'll remove all that as well. And I can replace it with this stuff. And now I'm powered up my ME controller from my reactor. Of course, the battery on my reactor is going way down, but that's okay. No big deal. Before I end this episode, I want to do a little bit more with our magical crops. So you can see I have some redstone crops that have grown beautifully. And from that, I actually harvested a bunch of this stuff, this redstone essence. And if I take my infusion stone, my regular infusion stone, and surround it by redstone essence, can you guess what I get? I get a strong infusion stone. Woohoo! I know these infusion stones are funny, but the strong infusion stone allows me to turn, actually it tells me if I just hover over it, Crucio into Imperio. So let's take our weak infusion stone, take our Minicio here, and we do that, that, and that, and we turn it all into Accio. Then we take our Accio, we replace the stone with the regular stone, and that turns it into Crucio. And then we take our 4 Crucio, and we replace the stone with the strong stone, and we get Imperio. And Imperio is going to be very useful for the next step, but of course I need to do that a bunch of times because I need 64 Minicio to get one of these Imperio. And I need at least 4 of them for the next step. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I will see you guys tomorrow. If you guys still like this series, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. You can click the notification bell so you'll get notification emails whenever I make a new video, and you can stay informed. And always come back and see my new videos. Leave a comment below and let me know what you guys want to see in this series, what you like about this series, what you don't like about this series. And if you want to teach me something, please do, because I am always willing to learn and I want to do some cool things in this series. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.